Welcome to the Stone Age Workshop series. In this series, I'll be heading into the woods to prepare for an attempt to cross the Irish Sea in a DIY Stone Age boat made entirely from waste animal skins and wood. In the last episode, I used flint, fungus and wood to unlock one of humanity's oldest and most powerful tools, fire. In this episode, I will build an oven from clay, sand and grass and a smoker from split hazel and tree bark to preserve animal hides and food in preparation for making clothes and crossing the Irish Sea. Although I see lots of wildlife in the woods when I am here, I want to see what wildlife emerges when I'm not here. Reolink have kindly sponsored this video and sent me 3 of their Go Ranger PT cameras, each one capable of filming in stunning 4K Ultra HD along with solar panels to keep them charged. Setup is really easy. You just insert the SIM card and memory card, clip the camera into its case and pick your tree. You can mount them either with screws or with straps. I went for straps so I can move the cameras quickly and easily. Because the Go Ranger PT runs on the 4G LTE network, I don't need Wi-Fi. I can monitor everything remotely through the Reolink app, and even use the pan tilt controls to remotely adjust the camera angle. The cameras can be set to record photos and videos when they detect movement or noise. However, they can be set to just record people, vehicles, or animals. They can even distinguish between bucks, antlerless deer, and turkeys. When something appears, I can choose to get an alert straight to my phone or simply check the recorded footage whenever I want. I originally tried running them with the solar panels, but because of the heavy shade from the trees where I am filming, the panels weren't getting enough sunlight. The good news is that the built-in rechargeable batteries last for well over a month on a single charge, which is seriously impressive. At night, the no-glow infrared LEDs allow the cameras to film without disturbing the animals, and you can watch them moving through the woods completely unaware they're being filmed, which makes for some amazing natural behavior on camera. Downloading footage is just as easy. I can switch the resolution to high, export the video and photos straight to my phone, and share or save them instantly. No need to hike out and collect the SD cards every time. If you're interested in keeping track of the wildlife around you, I'd definitely recommend checking these out. The Reolink Go Ranger PT makes it simple to capture the moments you'd otherwise miss. Thank you to Reolink for sponsoring this video. I have included a link to their website and a 5% discount code in the description.
When splitting any wood along the grain, and you want to redirect the crack in the wood. The principle is that you want to bend the thicker side. So in this instance, where the crack is off center, so this side is thinner than that side, I want to bring the crack back to center. I'll bend this side. This will be left ideally as straight as possible. You can lever off it with this or a bill hook or something, but really you just want to bring that round and that crack will come back to center and then begin to split it normally. If you want to stop a crack growing, just give it a good old grip where the crack tip is. Do whatever bend that you need to get in there, and then you can release it, and that crack will begin to grow.
In the next episode, I'll take scrap deer and sheepskins and using fat and smoke transform them into lightweight breathable buckskin for making clothes and shoes. I'll also tan leather with tree bark to craft the tools, weapons and equipment I'll need for my attempt to cross the Irish Sea.